Hey everyone, welcome to Knowing Nuclear. In this episode, we are going to talk about our world coming from a nuclear explosion. Just about everything we interact with came from the same nuclear explosion. You, me, that cup of coffee I had this morning, and that bird singing in that tree all came quite indirectly from a nuclear explosion. A long time ago, in a galaxy that's right here, a sun exploded. It started off as a sun that was fusing nuclei in nuclear processes. And then, for reasons that are beyond what we're going to get into here, there was a massive, massive explosion that caused that sun to give off an unimaginable amount of energy in a relatively short period of time, leaving behind a spinning ball of dust and gas. This explosion produced an enormous amount of energy. Our sun is going to last roughly 10 billion years and give off more energy than we can imagine, and it's about halfway done. That one initial explosion gave off roughly the same amount of energy as our sun will over its entire lifetime. This giant nuclear explosion led to our solar system being formed. Basically, all of the atoms, all the mass that's in our solar system now was in that explosion. Once the explosion occurred, there was a spinning cloud of dust. This collapsed into a protoplanetary disk, much in the same way that if you take a pizza dough and you throw it up in the air, it spins and that flattens it out. As the disk of dust was spinning, some of the gas and dust fell into the center of the spinning disk and heated up. Gravity pulled the dust into the center, and as the dust fell back in on itself, it got hot enough to restart the nuclear reactions inside of our sun. The rest of that dust in that spinning cloud formed into our planets. So as time passed, the matter and energy from that nuclear explosion turned into our solar system. The atoms in our sun, all of our planets, and everything else in orbit all came from that disk, which was formed by that initial nuclear explosion. 4.6 billion years later, the Earth still has lots of energy that all came from that initial nuclear explosion. Now, a yottajoule is roughly the amount of energy it would take to heat up the entire ocean by 1 degree Celsius. 1 yottajoule is also how much energy humans would use at our current rate in 16,000 years. The chemical energy in our atmosphere from the oxygen that we breathe is roughly 60 yottajoules. The moon spinning around the Earth is 40,000 yottajoules. The Earth spinning on its axis is 260,000 yottajoules. And the Earth going around the sun is 2.7 billion yottajoules. So there's a tremendous amount of energy here on Earth that we take advantage of every day without even thinking about, that all came from that initial nuclear reaction that created our solar system.